This is Coach Veronica Marie, and I'm here to help you live a healthier and a happier life. You can book one on one sessions with me and also get my recent books on veronicamarie.com. Today, the topic is sacredness. Sacredness is something that people with a spiritual practice would understand. And people without concrete spiritual practices m- may not understand. And I was challenged a bit to say that because I was thinking of whether or not that is true. And I do believe that when you have a spiritual practice, I'm not talking about doing spiritual things in a perfunctory way or knowing prayers or right things to do at right times. I'm talking about a practice of seeing from the eyes of the divine. So first, you would have to see yourself from the eyes of the divine. And I'm not talking about, self-confidence and self-esteem and self-image. I'm talking about something much deeper, a deep understanding of the fabric of the human being, number one, as a collective, and then as an individual. In doing so, one would need to deeply appreciate one's own processes and how those processes have unfolded over time. That would include generous amounts of shadow work, leaning into deep compassion, deep understanding of self in such ways that the surface is just not good enough. There has to be a practice of self love in a deep way where integrating different ideas and concepts into a way of being because they lead to health, happiness, and wholeness is a practice. Once you have a sacred perspective of humanity as a whole and self, then that streams outward. It radiates outward in the way you see the world, in the way that you look at nature, not just nature, because some people can look at nature, love nature, and feel very intimate with nature. But then when they are around other human beings, they struggle. And so a deep and profound understanding of human nature, appreciation for other people and their processes, and an appreciation for universal laws, principles, and truths are super essential. A lot of people know universal laws, but those laws are not integrated into their belief systems and worldviews. So as a result, they have knowledge, but the integration and the way of being isn't there. Sacredness has a connotation of reverence, a deep reverence, because one is connected with the divine. If a mind is not constantly thinking on the divine and in relationship with the divine within self, then it's going to be difficult to do that with others. And so, if I were to leave you with anything on this topic, sacredness, it is slow down and listen to the thoughts that flow through your head and ask, are these thoughts consistent with sacred ideas? Or are these thoughts consistent with suffering and creating suffering? And can I come up with a sacred way of looking at even that? This is a deeply personal practice. If you would like to talk more about sacredness on your individual journey, you can sign up for a one on one session on my website at veronicamarie.com. I also have ebooks available for your enjoyment and self development. Again, that's on my website at veronicamarie.com. And that's it for today.